Hello and welcome. Today's video is all about the Tiniover River, a full suspension folding electric tricycle. This e-Trike is equipped with triple full suspension, a torque sensor, which is higher end than cadence. It can go in reverse, and it's available in 2 different seat options. The premium seat, of course, is my favorite. It's super comfy and extremely adjustable. Next up, I'm going to test ride this trike, and if you're here for assembly, that'll be in the second half of my video.
Whoa, okay.
It really reclines, doesn't it?
And it moves around as well.
Oh, and one thing you're not going to be seeing much of in the video is this trunk or box. I will show it again later during installation, but I didn't use it during the ride, mostly because I wanted to show the features of this amazing seat, and you really can't recline it much with the trunk or box right here. To hold it in place, you do need a strap, which is provided.
I keep feeling like I forgot to put on my seatbelt. It doesn't feel like a bicycle seat at all. It is super comfy though. Ooh, a girl could get used to this.
Before you say I'm too young to ride an e-Trike, then you haven't tried the seat. And why shouldn't a young middle-aged lady like myself have a seat sent from the gods? E-Trikes aren't just for older people. They're also for people that may have some injuries, like knee injuries, missing a leg, or even missing both legs.
Not only is this premium seat comfy, it's adjustable, so you can slide it back and forth, and you can also adjust the backrest.
I love the fact that the seat is so adjustable because I've gotten really picky with e-Trikes. I'm not gonna say which model it was, but the pedal placement was tragic. So with a sliding seat, that is much less of an issue. I now try to only take trikes where the pedals are in a good position. Unfortunately, in this clip, you can't even hear what I'm saying because of the wind. But what I'm trying to say is the comfy seat is extra. The standard version is $1,899. Option 2 is standard seat with the storage box, the trunk, and that is $1,998. With the super comfy premium seat, it's $2,098. And if you want the premium seat plus the storage box, it's $2,197. And the bike comes in white, and then there's also red.
I want to see how well it turns. So here is this concrete square. It's pretty small. I don't know how big it is, but as you can see, it's not that big. Let's see how well this e-Trike turns.
Sorry guys, a lot of my original audio is just destroyed, just pulverized by wind. So a bunch of this video I had to narrate after I filmed. But as you can see here, the bike turns very well. One of the key features of the River is reverse mode. You have to make sure it's on pedal assist 0, then you hold down the minus button and keep holding it. Keep holding it. You'll see an A appear. Oh, it's actually an R. It looks like an A to me. And then you gently twist the throttle. And while you're doing this, the pedals do move, so just keep your feet on them and follow the motion. Another neat feature are these little parking brakes. So you clamp down on the brake, and then you clamp down this little lever right here, and that prevents the bike from rolling away.
When it comes to hills, it can't really do crazy inclines. So there's this little hill right here. I'm gonna go up, and when I do that, I'm gonna have it on the lowest gear to pedal in, or the easiest gear to pedal in, gear 1, and pedal assist 3. It did it, but I definitely felt it straining a little bit. So I'm not gonna take it on any steeper hills than that. It's really not meant for it, but it can do a little bit of off-road. Nothing too crazy, because it does have tires, so it does have tires. Yes, it has tires. Did you know that? Well, with these style of tires, you can definitely do a little bit of off-roading, like this right here with grass, maybe some light sand, gravel, things like that. But of course, you're not gonna be doing any crazy off-road stuff with an e-Trike. Some of you chewed me out for not using mirrors in one of my e-Trike videos, so here you go. Mirrors. I'm so used to turning my head that I rarely use these things, but yeah, I can see how mirrors can be beneficial on such a big bike. Right now on pedal assist 3, I'm gonna put it on the hardest gear to pedal in. Let's see how fast I can get it to go. I'm a little nervous because with e-Trikes, they are more tipsy than regular bikes. Oh, that pedal assist 3 is the max.
The screen looks a bit dim, but it's not that bad in real life. The highest speed I got it to go is 15.9 miles per hour. And at that speed, the bike did not feel tipsy at all.
Now let's try throttle only, and you're only supposed to do this on flat paved ground, according to the manual. 15.9 is the max speed. I think it's crazy that some of these e-Trikes go up to 20 miles an hour. 20 is a bit much for this style of bike. I prefer just like the standard black and white screens over these color ones, because a lot of times these color ones can be tricky to see in the daytime. The max miles per hour that I got it to go, and it actually says it right here, is 15.9. And it doesn't matter if it's pedal assist mode or if you're holding down the throttle. It's 15.9 miles per hour max speed. Oh wow, look at the difference when I'm inside. The screen is super bright now. You can use this I button over here, and when you click it, it displays various information at the bottom of the screen.
I did mention earlier that e-Trikes are more tipsy, but to help with those turns, this is equipped with a speed differential, which is kind of in the center between the two back wheels. So this basically helps prevent the bike from tipping during turns, but still slow down.
Watch how easy it is to get the bike going from a dead stop. So it's not even maybe about a quarter of a turn, and the bike goes. It's a heavy bike, but with the pedal assist and the motor assisting it, it's easy breezy.
The max range is up to 100 miles on a single charge, but that is under ideal conditions. Flat paved ground, using pedal assist 1 and pedaling. So if you're using this on full electric mode pedal assist 3 and you weigh 500 pounds, that max range could easily be cut in half. Recommended rider height is 4'7" to 6'7". For reference, I am 5'8".
Okie dokie, so that's pretty much it. That's everything I wanted to tell you about the Tiniover River. If you're interested in this e-Trike, I'll have a link down below in the video's description. So next up is the assembly portion of the video. I saved it to the end because, well, with trikes there's kind of a lot. So, cheesy outro time. Toodaloo-dee-loo.
Not quite as assembled as I thought it was gonna be.
Quick installation guide. Tools. A bunch of screws.
Headlight.
No clue.
Maybe I'll find out later. More screws and nuts. Paint.
A security chain. Caps for nuts. And another tool.
And in here, the charger.
Ooh. And in here must be the battery. It's so heavy. 19.2 ampere hour, 48 volt. I actually have a lot more boxes, but first I want to get into some of this assembly. Just gotta push that latch as far as it can go. And then there's this little thing you can't see. If you take a look at the wheels, one side it's shallower into there, and on the other side it's deeper. The deeper end faces out. And I'd like to get at least a screw in or two before I try the other wheel, because the rotor can't sit on the floor. It has to stay off the ground. The second wheel should be a lot easier. Okay, I think I got them aligned. Now I gotta stuff 4 screws in there and tighten them down. So I'm tightening them a little bit at a time. Once I got them kind of in there, I'll go ahead and fully tighten them down. Next, I gotta pull out these 4 screws here and install the hubcaps. That's what these are. Next is the fender, but first I'm going to remove the screws over here from both sides. Not the right tool. This time I'm going exactly in order of the instructions. Oh, and then there's one more screw over here. So now I can plop this in here and put those 3 screws back in. And now the final wheel. I gotta mount the front wheel, so I'm gonna remove this nut and both the washers, I think. Oops, I forgot to pull the little plastic thing out that's between the brake pads. So once this is out, do not hit the brakes. So now I gotta put all the stuff back. So I think the one with the hook goes first, then the regular washer, and finally the nut. And then definitely use a wrench to
tighten everything down. The handlebars are next. I'm gonna go ahead and straddle this wheel. Try to align everything as straight as possible. I can always readjust it later. For now, I wanna tighten the screw that's kind of hidden in here. Next, it says to assemble the front basket. I'm not sure which box it is in. There's a lot more boxes that I haven't opened yet. I'm gonna start with this one. This looks like a basket to me. We'll save the rest of this box for later. To install the basket, first I gotta take out these 4 screws right here. Now the basket goes here, and the 4 screws go back in. The light attaches right here, but I gotta remove the screw first. Put the screw through the light, and stick it all back in there. As easy as to hold that with a wrench while you tighten up the front. And it doesn't really matter where the light is right now. I know it's kind of just hanging there. Let it hang. Let it hang out for a little bit, just for now. I'm not gonna tighten it all the way. Move the light into position. And now I can tighten it all the way. Now I'm gonna reach over, find the cable, connect it to this cable, and probably zip tie it somewhere. Oh goody, here's a part that's usually done for you, but it's not this time. I have to mount the rear brake calipers. I do have to take this out. Don't hit the brakes once that's out. It'll lock this up and you won't be able to get it undone. The instructions just say to do it correctly, but they don't show you how to do it correctly, so we're just gonna guess. I need to remove these screws. That's literally the only place it'll go, so I'm assuming that's where it goes. All right, this one's installed, that one's installed. Let's move on to the rest, which means I gotta open up a bunch of boxes. Yeah, there's a lot. Oh wait, I think there's one more. Yup! Got a cell phone holder, adjustable. Ooh, another seat post. According to the box, this is a seat bracket. Oh, good. There's more boxes inside of this box. Ooh, a water bottle holder. I'm not gonna unravel this whole thing right this minute, but it is a waterproof cover. Not a bad idea, especially if you're gonna keep the bike outside. Well, the label on the box says this is a rear box. Look at that. It's got this backrest. I don't know where this goes yet. And there's also whatever this is. Oh good, the mirrors. This was actually the next step in the instructions. Putting on the mirrors. I just have to get through a few boxes to get to these. It's like a mobility scooter seat. Looks comfy. I don't know if it's for my age group, but I know my bum won't hurt after this. The fenders. Well, technically the mirrors, but I didn't film that part. You just screw them in, it's really easy. Whoops, this is not the right fender. So the manual says to remove the screws that are already here and then put them through. There's no screw for this here. So I'm hoping they're in one of these bags. Well, it's obviously the ones that fit through the holes. This goes here, get in the hole, plop the other one through, and then I gotta put nuts on the back of that and tighten everything down. The rear basket attaches with 3 screws. So basically it's a similar install to the fenders. Again, the manual says the screws are already there. They are not, and there's 2 that are the same like thick diameter, but different lengths. So I believe it's the longer one. The way it comes, there's 2 options to do this, without the backrest and with the backrest. And then there's also the premium seat. So I'm gonna install it with the backrest next. Then I'm gonna remove that and install the premium seat. But I think I'm just gonna speed things up, otherwise this video is gonna get way too long. I don't think I'm gonna tighten everything down over here. It definitely needs it, but the reason is because I'm gonna take this all off, including the seat, and put on the premium seat. But before I do that, check out the ventilation on this thing. Never seen that. Great idea. For this seat, I left these 4 screws out because this piece goes over that, and then those screws go back in.
Oh my goodness. I think I'm gonna need a hammer for this. I got that one out, but this one is not budging. Now I have access to put the screws in to the front. The seat is not easy to install. Not compared to the other one. It's going well. So there's 2 screws here. Do not tighten it down completely, so leave it loose for now. So next, I'm gonna bring this seat up. From here, I'm supposed to be able to pull it forward. Yep, I actually need it much more forward than that. I still can't get to the screws. I mean, screw holes. I couldn't get to the screw holes, but now I can. So the reason you don't tighten down those front 2 is so that you can align these 2 back ones. And once they're aligned, you can fully tighten this back piece down. I got 3 out of the 4 screws in. The holes do not align. So there it is with the premium seat. Ooh, yeah.
Once you're all done, make sure you charge the battery and insert it as well. It just goes right into here. Inflate all the tires, and you won't be able to see it, but somewhere on there it says inflate to 40 psi. Once that's all done, there's a button here that you probably can't see either. You gotta flip that turns on the battery, and then ever so briefly hold down the power button until the screen turns on. And yeah, it does that every time, and that's it. From here, you just use the plus and minus buttons to adjust the pedal assist. And unlike other bikes, this one actually round robins. So once you get to 3 and click it again, it goes to 0. The higher the pedal assist mode, the more assistance you get from the motor.
Okie dokie, I'm gonna loodly-loo my buns out of here once again. Thank you for watching the entirety of my video. Again, if you're interested in the River e-Trike, I'll have a link down below in the video's description. Toodaloo-dally-loo. Bye.